You wouldn't believe it. The moment Zhang stepped into prison, he was challenged by an old enemy. There's no way this tough guy would just sit back, and he spat at his opponent, and suddenly chaos erupted like a roller coaster. Being tied up didn't stop him from showing off his skills. Like a volcano, Zhang counter-attacked instantly, flipping over with a bruised face. He clearly got special treatment from friends. After the fight, all went to sleep. Tai saw Zhang by the toilet and peed on his head. After peeing, Tai wasn't done. He leaned down to see what Zhang was laughing about. But Zhang took the chance and chomped down hard, taking off an ear in one bite, definitely not planning to stop there. By the time guards arrived, Zhang had a broken tube at Tai's neck, terrifying. Under the threat of the light tube, everyone quickly surrendered, and the warden called Zhang to his office. Zhang thought his old cop status would let him fly, but he was led away instead. Thinking he was moving up, he didn't go far when the guy suddenly stopped, and 5 inmates appeared from behind. That's when Zhang realized sneaking out at midnight wasn't a good idea. He quickly got a beating. Under the lights, a man slowly approached, and Zhang's legs went weak. It was the prison boss, Brother Hao. He was recruiting all kinds of inmates to build his own prison empire. This ruthless big boss didn't spare even the stunning lady who had just entered the scene for less than 2 minutes. He had a squad of guards as his crime umbrella. Everyone in the prison had to obey or face consequences. In his eyes, there was no difference between being inside or outside. He could come and go as he pleased. Brother Hao pulled Zhang over to warn him not to cause trouble, or he would have to taste some hardship. But Zhang didn't notice the man's style and was still blubbering about how we're all inmates. Subsequently, old Zhang was hoisted onto the cutting machine, struggling fiercely with all his might, yet he still ended up being bound. Confronted with the rapidly rotating gears, he ultimately had no choice but to surrender. After assaulting someone, Zhang was tossed into solitary while Brother Hao was inquiring about Zhang's background with the guards. They said he bribed cops to destroy evidence and showed no mercy in confrontations. Hearing this, Brother Hao felt like he struggled and thought about adding him to his crew. After 81 days, Zhang was finally released. As he stepped out, he ran into an old informant. We're all reflecting on life, and Zhang decided to avoid trouble. Fresh out of solitary, he knew messing with Brother Hao wouldn't end well, so he better skedaddle fast. Tai thought Zhang was scared and boasted he'd make life miserable for him back in the cell. Zhang was no pushover. He seized the guard's distraction, pulled out his baton and fought Tai's men. Just then, Brother Hao was drawn over by the commotion, bluntly saying Tai was acting like a thug. He suggested a one-on-one showdown and quickly set things up. After a wild brawl, Zhang's training took the upper hand, and he knocked Tai out cold with one kick. This impressed Brother Hao, who immediately had him transferred to the VIP section. Zhang, entering the VIP prison, was stunned aside from no freedom. It's like the outside. Wow, they even have a beauty salon here. What a fascinating place. Meanwhile, Brother Hao summoned the warden to his office to demand a map for the next operation. Then he and his crew brainstormed their operation plans, aiming for the treasure in the vault. Clever bald guy mentioned they needed a demolition expert, and Brother Hao used his connections to bring someone in. At night, 4 inmates disguised as regulars slipped out. In another room, a man was about to answer a call, and then a group of heavily armed guys rushed in, while the man tuned into the sounds coming from the vault. A while later, the vault opened, and they made off with all the flyer. Crew hopped in the ride, gearing up to head back to prison when the driver tried to abscond with the flyer at a red light. But his buddies in the back spotted him. The driver immediately bolted, leaving the rest staring at each other, and news of an inmate's escape slipped out, making the warden furious, and he slapped the guards twice. As they debated how to catch the escapee, a guard nearby received a call, his face turning pale. He announced that the prison director was coming for a visit, leaving them no time to prepare. As the director was already downstairs, the director requested to tour the prison, wanting to inspect the living conditions. He claimed everything was fine, but there were hidden secrets everywhere. When the director caught sight of Hao idling around leisurely, he couldn't help but feel suspicious. After all, Hao was a notorious thug who had once been an inmate in his prison, which was indeed quite peculiar. Observing Lao Han's thoughtful demeanor, the director seemed to piece together the truth, causing everyone present to gasp. It's time for everyone to see my true colors. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss my thrilling tales. Alright, let's kick off this wild adventure. Remember to hit that subscribe button.